Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, where we read and review children's books together. Today I will be reading Owl Babies by Martin Waddell. So today's book is called Owl Babies. It was written and illustrated by Martin Waddell. This is his only book that he wrote and illustrated. He has other books that he just wrote and other authors illustrated them, but this one was his only one that he did the pictures for, and he did such a great job. And this book actually won the Nestle Smarties Book Prize in 1984. So without further ado, let's jump right into the story. In the heart of an old oak tree lived a family of barn owls. The mother owl had laid 3 eggs and the owlets were getting very big. Soon it would be time for them to leave the nest. Now they were fine with that because they knew that they had to grow up and get strong and brave. But they weren't so sure about something else. You see, every night when their mother left the nest to go hunting, she always came back with a juicy mouse or a tasty vole for her babies. But what would happen when she didn't come back? What if she disappeared forever? The thought made them feel sick with worry. One night their mother went out hunting, and the owlets waited and waited for her return. Soon they began to get very frightened. They huddled together, trying to comfort one another. "Don't worry," said the smallest owlet, "she will be back soon." But as the hours passed, they grew more and more frightened. Still, the smallest owlet tried to cheer up his 2 siblings. "Mother will be back before long," he said. "I know she will." But even as he said those words, a twig snapped outside the nest, and all 3 owlets jumped. Was that mother coming home? Had she brought them a supper? They strained to listen. Then they heard a soft padding near the entrance to the nest. The owlets stared at the dark shape at the opening of the nest. Who was it? Who could be coming at this time of night? Their mother flew down onto the branch above them. She hooted softly. "Oh, I'm so sorry I'm late," she said. "I found a field mouse, but he led me on such a merry chase that I lost track of time." She reached into the nest and nuzzled her owlets, who snuggled close to her, burying their faces in her feathers. But as soon as the mother owl had settled down with her supper, the biggest owlet spoke up. "Mother," he said, "will you go away and leave us to look after the nest?" "What on earth are you talking about?" asked the mother owl. "Why would I do that?" she said, taking a bite of her mouse. "Because we saw someone or something come into the nest while you were away," said the middle owlet. The mother owlet stopped eating. "What did you see?" she asked. "We didn't really see, not properly," admitted the smallest owlet. "But whoever or whatever it was, it took your place on this branch, and then it was gone." Their mother looked grave. She knew how important it was for her owlets to learn that life wasn't always safe. But they were still so young. "Who do you think it was?" she finally asked. "A fox, perhaps," suggested the biggest owlet. "Or a cat, maybe an eagle," said the middle one. But the smallest owlet shook his head. "It wasn't an eagle," he insisted. "I would have recognized his shadow against the sky. It wasn't a cat or a fox either. It was something much, much smaller." The mother owl ruffled her owlet's feathers. "Well, don't worry," she said. "If anything comes into the nest while I'm away, you just hoot loudly and it will go away again." The owlets thought this was a splendid idea. As soon as the mother owl had finished her supper, she spread her wings. "I'm going out again now," she told them. "Be brave, my darlings. If you need me, just hoot and I'll come." And with that, she was gone. The owlets waited and waited for her return. The first rays of sunlight were filtering through the leaves when she finally arrived back at the nest. "Oh, mother," cried the owlets, rushing to greet her. "You were gone such a long time." "I know, I'm sorry," said the mother owl. "I found a wood mouse, and he led me on such a merry chase that I lost track of time." Once more, she nuzzled her owlets, and once more they snuggled close to her, burying their faces in her feathers. When the mother owl had settled down with her supper, the biggest owlet spoke up. "Mother," he said, "will you teach us how to hunt?" "Oh, you're too young to hunt," said the mother owl, taking a bite of her mouse. "Not yet, anyway." "But we're not little owlets anymore," protested the middle owlet. "We want to catch our own supper." "You'll have to wait a little longer," their mother told them. "And besides, there's no point in your going out alone. There isn't enough food for all of us yet." "But what if we find plenty of food? We could share it with you," suggested the smallest owlet. The mother owl stopped eating. Her owlets were right. It was time for them to start learning. She knew that life wasn't always safe, but they were still so young. "Very well," she said. "Tomorrow we'll go out together, and I'll show you how." The owlets were delighted. At last, they would be allowed to go hunting. As soon as their mother had finished her supper, she spread her wings. "I'm going out again now," she told them. "Be brave, my darlings. If you need me, just hoot and I'll come." And with that, she was gone. Now, from the moment the mother owl left the nest, the three owlets hooted loudly. No sooner had their mother disappeared into the darkness than a sleek, ginger cat crept up onto the branch on which the nest stood. He stared into the nest. "Well, hello," he purred. "Where's your mother?" The owlets huddled together, shaking with fear. They hooted loudly, but the cat just sat there staring at them. Just then, their mother swooped down onto the branch. "Get away," she hissed at the cat. "You aren't welcome here." The cat slunk away, disappearing into the undergrowth. "Oh, mother," cried the owlets, rushing to greet her. "That horrible cat was in the nest. We were so frightened." "I know," said the mother owl, nuzzling her owlets, "but you were very brave to hoot and warn me." The owlets were indeed very proud of themselves. When their mother had settled down with her supper, they all snuggled close to her, burying their faces in her feathers, and that's the story. And now for my favorite part, where we talk about what we think about the story and the pictures. First of all, I want to say that I love the pictures in this book. I think that they are beautiful. The illustrations in this book are done with watercolors and inks, and the art is so delicate and pretty. The author did such a good job with this book. This is his only book that he illustrated, and he definitely showed off his skills here. I also like how the pages are not too busy. There is a lot of white space on the page, and the pictures are not too detailed. It makes the book soothing to look at and to read. As far as the story goes, I think that it is very sweet. It's a nice story about a mother who is teaching her owlets how to survive in the wild. I also like how the story shows that even though the world can be dangerous sometimes, as long as you have your family, you will be okay. The message in this book is very heartwarming. This is definitely a book that I will keep on my bookshelf and reread again and again. And now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think about the story and the pictures. Did you enjoy listening to this video? Did you like the story and the pictures? Let me know in the comments below. And if you did, please consider subscribing to support my work. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.